Previously in Bold Moments.
The awareness of your strengths makes you aware of your weakness as well. And the acceptance of that, the self-awareness of that is what sets you free. Our talents, our default ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving could easily slip into the negative because of the pressures of society.
Right.
We are on a mission to help you achieve your fullest potential and make you realize that you're one bold decision away from changing everything. This is Bold Moments. For the second part of this episode with Coach Val Baguios, he will share how helping people find their strengths is a way for us to make this country stronger, one person at a time. How being well-rounded is not the ultimate goal, and how parents could see the greatness in their children.
Yes.
Have a vision for your future.
Have a vision for it.
Have a vision. What do you see, 1 year, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years down the road with what you're pursuing? Is this really the person that you want to become?
Oh, I love that.
I want you to check yourself 5 years down the road. Did you become the Ralph that you really want to be? Did you become the Val that you really want to be?
What can people do now? Like, they're intrigued. What can they do now to start realizing, finding their strengths, realizing their strengths? What can they do now?
I think they have to understand really yung patterns nila. Once they understand their patterns of how they think, feel, and behave, it's gonna be a revelation. Of course, if they can take the test, please do so, di ba? And ang dami ng coaches sa Philippines, we are around 200 plus or 100 plus at least here.
Yeah.
And you know what, guys? Our goal is to make this country stronger one person at a time.
Oh, yeah.
That is really, because strength is deep. It's really going deep one person at a time. And that in itself is designed for individual uniqueness. Like, for example, as a coach, I cannot define success for like 300 people all at the same time. I'm not gonna shout like, okay, be like Ralph, be like me, be like your mom or your dad who's successful, be like your dad who's a businessman who built like 5 businesses and all of these things. I'm gonna go down to each individual and I'm gonna tell them, find out who you really are inside without the dictation of the society around you. And once you figure that out, start from there. Start learning about it. Where can you apply it in your current situation where you think you could make an impact in your life and in other people's lives? Start from that. Try things.
A lot of people now are confused when it comes to their career. I think that's a common problem. Even I
was too.
You were too. It's everyone's problem. Like, where am I going? I wish I'd be successful as well. There's someone right now who's watching who's confused because they feel that they don't have a clarity about themselves. Is this the solution? Is Strengths Finder, is knowing your strengths the solution to confusion?
Well, before I answer that, if you are watching this and you feel like you are confused with your career, with your life, with direction, or with your calling, whatever you may call it, your purpose, and I'm gonna tell you this, that is a good direction. That is a good situation to be in. You know why? Because you are starting to be aware that, hey, there is indeed a thing called purpose. There's a thing called direction in life. And you're not just being thrown, parang nakasakay ka lang sa ilog na parang, kung saan lang mapunta to, where I would end up, bahala na. The last thing you want is you're 50, you're 60, and you end up somewhere and you ask yourself, why am I here? And you have no idea why you're there, and you feel like, I don't know, life just brought me here. That's not living consciously. And the reason why you're confused and your consciousness is starting to ask you questions. Maybe even God is trying to force you into a direction that He wants you where to be, diba?
Yeah.
And so that's a good place to start. Confusion, asking a lot of questions, that's a very good place to start.
Yeah.
I guess that's where we all started.
Exactly.
We ask questions that might hurt us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God put us in this world for a reason.
Yep.
And for him, this is my understanding, for him to display his greatness through you,
Yep.
his language through you
Yeah.
would be your strengths.
Mhm.
Because the moment you're tapping onto your strengths, you do it with so much grace and ease because that's how you were designed.
Exactly.
And that's how
Oh, I
you're
love
going
that.
to
Yeah.
to use to advance a certain cause that you are designed. Every one of us has a cause, has a mission that we were put in this world to do, and your strength is your weapon.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's why I think your work is very, very important. What do you think is the best advice that we can give to people who are just gifted in many things, that they cannot focus in one thing?
First of all, I'm happy for them.
Great. Yes, I am happy for them.
It's a unique talent, I think, that a person can do multiple things and excel at it.
Right.
Diba? I mean, not only do it as a hobby, like really, maybe even earn money from it, no? I don't know. I mean, so the first and foremost is, number one, celebrate that. I mean, not all people can do that.
Right.
I think the very first thing that people do nowadays is to gauge whether what this thing that I'm doing or who I am is right or wrong. Celebrate mo muna bago mo i-judge.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate it first. Kasi minsan the question kaagad is this right? Is this wrong? Is this... But what you're really asking is, am I fitting in the mold that society has given all of us?
Right.
And if being a multi-potentialite means that I am doing a lot of things, I am engrossed and really, becoming really excellent in many things, 5 other things maybe, 5 different things, then okay, let's understand, what do you really want to achieve? What's your vision in those 5 things?
Right.
And once that becomes clearer kasi, then you will understand, okay, then I'm really meant for this. And at some point, baka nga makakita ka pa ng intersection amongst those 5 things.
Yes. I believe in that.
Diba? Na parang, okay, I'm doing this. We have students in Embrio who are like this. Like parang, I'm doing this. This was my passion, they think.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, it became a business. All of a sudden, it's now intertwined with what? Their e-commerce business.
Right.
All of a sudden, di ba? Parang, okay, and it's amazing for people to see that. Na parang, oh my gosh, people can have passion and business intertwined. How can that happen? Di ba? And maybe it all started with a person who feels like, I am a multi-potentialite. I have many interests and passions.
Right.
And you'll never know if you don't start exploring it, really understanding what it means, and maybe even talking to a coach and maybe, okay, coach, help me figure out a goal for this area, goal for this area, goal for this area.
What practical steps can they start right now? Okay, I will celebrate. I'm great.
Okay.
I know now that these are all okay. This is not weird that I have so many likes. What can I do next?
Have a vision for your future.
Have a vision for your future.
Have a vision. What do you see, I don't know, 1 year, 2, 3 years, 4, 5 years down the road with what you're pursuing? Is this really what you want to be?
Right.
Is this really the person that you want to become?
Oh, I love that.
I notice that the question I use is this really the person that you want to become? Not, is this really the business that you want? Is not really the money that you want to earn?
Right.
I want you to check yourself 5 years down the road. Did you become the Ralph that you really want to be? Did you become the Val that you really want to be?
And it's also good to know that not all passion should be monetized. You can just enjoy doing that, even as a hobby, and that's okay. Because I agree with you, they will intersect. Especially if you're given a calling, this will all intersect so that you can address that calling.
Actually, I like what you said. You opened about monetizing. No? Now, there are 2 sides to that conversation. Number 1, should I monetize my passion or should I not? Now, the very first thing that people need to understand is people in this world puts value in what you have to bring, unfortunately or fortunately, through money. That's it.
I agree.
Diba? The reason why you understand that you have value is because they put a price on what you can do or who you are even. Diba? Na parang, si magkano yan? O ganito yan. So maybe high value yan. And I want to tell this, no, to businessmen, for example, who feels guilty putting value on what they do or their products. It's okay. It's okay. If you feel like this is the price for what I do, don't feel guilty. Because people in the world puts value. This is the language of commerce, money.
Yeah.
So that's fine. You know, if you want to put value in what you do, put value in what you do. Don't underprice yourself. Don't undervalue yourself. Because that's a gift. People are willing to pay for your gifts, and that's fine. Now, there are also people who feels like, but I don't want to put monetary value in the work that I do. That is fine as well.
Is it important for schools to start rethinking their model and maybe infuse? Because right now, we understand the value of knowing a person's strength. And that is because we realize every person is important and they're not a cog in the machine. Let's give confidence to the kid by allowing him to discover himself. Should we infuse this in the school?
Yeah. You know, the school system has been designed during the industrial period where they are trained to be all around, and that's fine because during that time, a lot of the people, when they graduate from primary, secondary school, they become workers in the factory. And it was needed during that time because they need to manufacture a lot of things. And so in order for you to be really, really good at the workplace, you need to be well-rounded so that when the person is absent, let's say in this department, in this area where they all put screw in the car, whatever, I can put you there. But in the part where tires are being manufactured, I can put you there also. So you have to be pretty well-rounded. But the world is really changing, and the thing is that if you train people, if you educate people to be really, really well-rounded, when you graduate, all of a sudden you realize people are rewarded for specializing. Diba? Okay. Diba? Doctors specialize because at some point in time they realize, okay, I think I can have more impact in terms of my effort to study, specialize if I have a specialization, obviously. And ganun din sa programming, when you graduate and you are ComSci or computer programming, you will realize that specializing in a language of programming is more sought after because you can add more value because you know more around a specific area. Limited kasi ang resources natin as a human being. And so I think if that in the education system, I think we have to let go of molding people into becoming well-rounded individuals. I think we have to make them we have to make kids as early as they are, as young as they are, understand that they are star, not circles, that is well-rounded.
Right.
Star meaning they have specific points where they can shine.
Yeah.
And where they can thrive. And I think that education should help people discover this.
Right.
And once people discover this, the educational system also must support them to gear them up for success in these specific areas. And that might mean some customization. Diba? And not just fixed training through and through. Of course, there are things that needs to be standardized. Foundation.
Exactly.
Sure, everybody needs to maybe learn how to add, maybe learn how to read para hindi lang sila maloko, ganyan. And diba, you have to do that. But at some point, and along all those lines, there must be significant effort done to understand where is this person's potential be more realized at this given time, at this given time, so that when they grow up, they will understand, okay, during my time in school, I knew where I was worth to shine. I knew my worth as an individual, as a unique person.
Yes.
I knew it. And so when I graduate, I wouldn't be insecure if my grades were low at math or I'm high at history and all of that, because exactly I know, and my teachers told me that this is where I could shine and this is the area that I could explore, and I am ready to face the world knowing that I am enough and I have I have got what it takes inside of me, diba, to face these challenges in the outside world.
Exactly. And if we get to infuse that in our educational system, if we change the mindset of our instructors, and maybe the new game now, or the new agenda would be, how can we make everybody shine? How can we allow everyone to be who they're meant to be, their current unique design, and that they can embrace their own unique weirdness. And
I love that.
I think we can see kids who are going to be more confident.
Yeah.
And that's the future we want to build
Exactly.
together, Val, together with everyone who's involved in this movement.
Yes.
I want to ask you, I'm a parent right now. This will be my last 2 questions. I'm a parent, and I'm watching this, and I agree with you so much, because some of our parents, because they are under that kind of training, they're doing things that they don't love, and they don't want that to happen to their kids. What should I do now? My steps now, so that I could make my kid flourish in his unique way.
One of the things that I observe lang naman, that some parents pass on their frustrations to their kids.
Oh yeah.
If I am a frustrated lawyer, maybe my kid can be a lawyer on my behalf. If I am a frustrated doctor because I did not finish, then maybe I will force my kid to finish being a medical doctor, so that, you know, maybe he will continue the success that I never had.
Right.
And acknowledge that. And if you are a parent right now and you have frustrations in your career, then you know, that happened for a reason, I guess. And you are with your kids now, and that is a gift in itself. But don't pass on your frustrations to your children. Your children is wired uniquely by God, and your role is to steward and to manage those talents so that it flourish uniquely. It may be the same as you, but it could be, there's a big chance also that it could be a very different version of success as the way you defined it. And so my advice is to, as soon as they can, have that conversation. Anak, what is your most favorite subject in school? Tell me more about it. Anak, tell me about a friend that you love the most, and tell me why you love that friend. Anak, tell me the TV show or the show that I don't know, the YouTube show that you are watching the most, and tell me about why do you like that so much, and allow that person to start defining why I love things.
Right.
Why I am attracted to things.
Right. Rather than limiting.
Oh, na parang, oh no, watch this instead. Or no, be friends with this person instead. Because that would give parents clues as to, this is the natural tendency of my kid, and this is where he or she is attracted the most. And so it is my responsibility to understand that and to put more of that along his way. Obviously, as long as it doesn't harm them, no? Obviously.
True.
So yun lang.
That was a powerful discussion.
Yes.
Thank you, Coach Val, for all of this. I think this will be a great awakening, or somehow this could disrupt the way people think about people. Lahat pala matter. All people matter pala.
Oh, yeah.
All people have strength.
Oh, yes.
We just have to believe in them again. We just
Yes.
have to give them the tools so that they can find
Yes.
themselves. My question for you is, how do you define being bold?
Ah, wow. Okay. Tough question. How do you do? No, coming from you, I think that's a really tough question, because you started this movement, no, New Bold University. But I think that I bought into the vision because I feel like people needs to be bold the right way to some extent in their life. And there's no other way of living life than to be bold. And for me, being bold is understanding that I can live this life outside of other people's expectations, outside of society's demands on me. I can live this life knowing that I can add value, give impact to the world, to the people around me in my own unique way, apart from other people's expectations of me. And I think that is bold.
Right.
Not because you are defying rules, okay? But it might take you to defy rules sometimes. But not because of that. But because I know myself internally, I could make a unique impact in this world that nobody else can.
Yeah.
And that belief is being bold for me.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
That was wonderfully said, Coach Val. Thank you very
Thank you so
much,
much. Thank you.
for spending time and sharing all of this. This
Yeah.
is going to be a great input for everybody.
I'm excited.
So that they can live powerful lives. May I ask, how can they contact you, by the way?
Okay, well, for me, simple lang. Go to Facebook. My Facebook page is Val Baguios, so ValBaguios. And you can send me message there and let's get in touch if you have questions around understanding your talents, your strengths, career clarity, and even wanting to apply it in your team in the workplace. Please reach out.
Right. What's your email? Just in
My
case.
email is me@valbaguios.com. So get in touch.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Coach
All right.
Val. This indeed is a wonderful, powerful topic. This is something I really wanted to happen, this specific episode, because this is the very core of what we're doing. We believe that everyone is important and anyone can make a difference. But before they can make a difference, they have to belong to themselves first. They have to know what they're great at and also have compassion to themselves of what they might suck at or what they're not great at. There's a bumper sticker that says, you can be anything you want to be. And with this topic, we realized you might not be anything you want to be, but you can be more of who you already are.
Exactly.
That's how. Thank you very much, guys, for watching us in this episode. Catch us again next time here in Bold Moments.